Hey guys, welcome back to FinLadder. आज की वीडियो में we're going to talk about the CFA Access Scholarship. Before getting started with this video, मैं आपको एक quick heads up देना चाहता हूँ. CFA Access Scholarship is for those people who cannot afford the CFA exam fee. अब if you can afford the CFA exam fee, go ahead and give the exam on your own because CFA Institute will make sure कि काफ़ी सारी problems रहे and you do not get it very easily. उन्हीं लोगों के लिए है जो अगर ये स्कॉलरशिप नहीं मिली तो दे ही नहीं सकते एग्जाम. CFA Access Scholarship, I personally think उन्हीं लोगों के लिए है. Why do I say that? We'll understand that in this video. So without further ado, let's directly jump into what is CFA Access Scholarship, how do we get it, what is the procedure, what do we have to write in the essay, and what after the scholarship. Okay, so first thing first, CFA Access Scholarship is the most awaited scholarship. सब लोग इसका वेट कर रहे थे. क्यों? क्योंकि आपकी एग्जाम फीस डायरेक्ट $250 हो जाती है. यहाँ से यहाँ पहुँच गई आपकी एग्जाम फी. तो डेफिनेटली 80% एंड इनफैक्ट GST भी उतार दोगे तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा मेजर डिफरेंस हो जाता है आपकी फीस पे. नाउ व्हाट्स द कैच हियर? द कैच इज व्हेन डू यू गेट टू अप्लाई फॉर इट. CFA Access Scholarship dates are 10th Jan to 14th Feb 2022. ओके, अंडरस्टैंड वेरी केयरफुली. आप 10 जैन से अप्लाई कर सकते हो एंड 14th फेब तक है. आपके रिजल्ट्स कब आएंगे? 31st मार्च तक आपके रिजल्ट्स आ जाएंगे. बट द थिंग इज, इफ यू डू नॉट गेट द स्कॉलरशिप, आप फिर कब दे रहे होगे एग्जाम? तो आपका नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट नवंबर 2022 में जाएगा. यू कैन नॉट गिव द ऑगस्ट अटेम्प्ट यूजिंग द CFA Access Scholarship unless you do not get the scholarship. अगर आपको स्कॉलरशिप मिलती है, यू कैन अप्लाई फॉर द ऑगस्ट अटेम्प्ट एज वेल. यू कैन इनफैक्ट गो ऑन एंड अप्लाई फॉर द नवंबर अटेम्प्ट एज वेल, जब भी आप देना चाहो. बट अगर आपको ये स्कॉलरशिप नहीं मिलती है तो आप ऑगस्ट अटेम्प्ट नहीं दे पाओगे क्योंकि अर्ली बर्ड इसकी कब खत्म हो रही है? अर्ली बर्ड इसकी खत्म हो रही है फेब में. 1st फेब को आपकी एक्सेस अर्ली बर्ड ऑफर खत्म हो रहा है फॉर ऑगस्ट अटेम्प्ट. तो अगर आपको एग्जाम देना है, फेब अटेम्प्ट का एग्जाम देना है, यू हैव टू रजिस्टर ऑन योर ओन. दैट्स द फर्स्ट रीजन व्हाई आई से कि अगर आपके पास फंड्स है, गो अहेड एंड गिव द एग्जाम ऑन योर ओन. अगर आपके पास फंड्स नहीं है, देन ओनली वेट फॉर द एक्सेस स्कॉलरशिप. अब if you end up getting the access scholarship, when you can give the exam, you can give the exam in August as well as you can give the exam in November. Now next thing is, when should you start studying for it? You should start studying, even if you're planning to give the exam in November, you should start studying somewhere in December or January. Because if you're a complete beginner, if you have understanding of many concepts, you can postpone the preparation as well. No worries with that. But if you're a beginner, start with your preparation in January. And January से Feb तक you will get an understanding कि finance में मज़ा आ रहा है, कितना मज़ा आ रहा है, and can you clear the August attempt. Now you're at a crossroad whether you can pay the fees on your own or you cannot. If you cannot pay the fees, definitely wait for it. Go for the Access Scholarship. If you can pay the fees, I would say go ahead, pay the exam fee because Access Scholarship is not that easy to get. We will now be understanding what is the procedure, what is the essay that you have to write, what are the things that you have to mention in the essay. But take it from me, Access Scholarship is not easy to get. Do we have a percentage on it? We do not have a percentage on it. If anyone tells you any percentage, that's absolutely bullshit. वो लोग अपना numbers बना रहे, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. कोई percentage नहीं होती है. Completely depends on person to person. Now I'll tell you what exactly do we need in a scholarship essay, and based on that you can judge for yourself whether you deserve a scholarship or not. Okay, so in your essay, understand that it's not just a need-based essay but also a merit-based essay. So there should be a need as well as there should be some merit in you receiving this essay. First question you need to ask yourself, why do you deserve this scholarship? Now the reason to that can be, one, because you have worked already, you're working in finance, and using this scholarship you will clear CFA, and that would be very beneficial for the CFA society, CFA Indian Charter. You as a person, it would benefit you because you do not have the funds to do the exam. That is how you have to portray it. Now if you do not have any work experience, still that's fine, but how would you demonstrate that you have interest in finance and you have strong interest in finance? I can give you an example. There was one of my friends, he had cleared FRM alongside with me and applied for the CFA Access Scholarship. He wrote leaps and bounds about that. He wrote that he cleared FRM, and right now looking at his financial conditions, he cannot go ahead with CFA, but then he has all his interests in finance. Apart from that, he's also done a finance internship, and that's why he deserves it. And that's the first part of the essay. So in the first part of your essay, you have to show a bit of merit that you have. A person cannot randomly say that I have been working in an engineering field, I've been working in this field, I've been working in that field, and I deserve a finance scholarship, I deserve a CFA scholarship. You do not. Why do you deserve a CFA scholarship? So I have a very strong and critical reason for that. That you do deserve a CFA scholarship because you have done this. Now, there are some people who tell me that we have managed portfolios of our own. I would say that's not exactly a relevant financial experience. If you have relevant financial experience, let's just go ahead and demonstrate that. But saying that I've been managing my own funds, that's not exactly 100% finance oriented work, I'll say. So that's the first thing. So if you have that, amazing. If you do not have that, it would be a bit tough to get the CFA Access Scholarship. Also, what else can you talk about? You can talk about any obstacle that you have helped in your society to get rid of it, or if you have had any obstacles in your life. That is something you can also mention. So I have, and I know this would be a bit personal, but yes, just gonna talk about it. I do know that there are some women out there who face some kind of a discrimination, who feel like, okay, they're not getting that much funds from their family to do this. If you want to talk about that, you can actually talk about that as well. I know that would be more inclined towards the women's scholarship also, but that would work here as well. So you could use both the things here as well as there. But yes, if you have relevant financial experience, talk about that. Second thing that can actually help you is that if you have done something for the society. So what can you have done for the society? You could have been running a YouTube video. You could have been YouTube videos. You could have been posting vlogs, blogs, anything that is helping the society. Or what else you could have done is you could have been teaching people, like helping the society in some way or the other. Any volunteer work that you have done that is slightly related towards finance, you can put that. That would also give you a great advantage in the Access Scholarship. Okay, now one benefit for you guys is if you're a FinLadder student, you're doing any course with FinLadder, you will be added to a WhatsApp group. Just go and text the admin of that group and ask them for the CFA Access Scholarship essay. You will get sample Access Scholarship essays which you can look into and then write your same essay. Also, if you're a CFA student with FinLadder, we will be helping you personally with the Access Scholarship essay. Now, with regards to when do you get to give the exam? So once you get the Access Scholarship, let's suppose you get the Access Scholarship on 23rd March. After that, you have 7 months. Just count till 7 months. You have 7 months. Now, in this span of 7 months, you can register for the exam anytime. So you want to give the August attempt, you can give the August attempt. You want to give the November attempt, you can give the November attempt. You want to give the next attempt, you can give the... If the registration period is open for that attempt, you can give that exam. Now, there will be speculations as to when you can give the exam. Just a simple thing. You have 7 months, use that 7 months, and in those 7 months, you can register for any attempt that you want. Okay, just a couple of things to wrap the discussion up. Would they be checking your finances? I doubt that. So at the end of this, you will be asked, once you submit the Access Scholarship, they will specifically ask you, how much is the money that you spend on your food? How much is the money that you spend on your lodging? How much is the family income that you have? They'll ask you all these things. At the end of the essay, once you're done with the essay, they'll ask you all these things. Please do not lie. You'll have to quote the numbers in USD, but please do not lie. You can exaggerate to a small bit, but do not lie. Because if they do a reference check and you are found guilty, it's end. Like, do not try that. That does not help you anyway. And honestly, it would not be a good thing. You'll be stealing from someone else. Don't do that. Yes, I do understand that you can talk about the real condition. That's fine. But exaggerating it is also fine to a very small extent. But then outrightly lying about it is absolutely wrong. So do not do that. That's one. Second thing is you will also need references. So they will ask you to put up references. So in that references, try to put up people who have already done CFA, 1 level of CFA, 2 level of CFA, all completed all the CFA. That would actually help you a lot if you have those references. If that person is a CFA charter holder, absolutely amazing, nothing better than that. Because once they give that person a call and that person says, yes, I do know this person and this is a very hardworking person. So the chances of you getting the Access Scholarship just got dramatically higher. So in your references, try to put a person who is already a member of CFA, who has a CFA written at the end of their name. If you do not find that person, try to find a person who has cleared level 2. If you do not find that person, try to find a person who has cleared level 1. And if you do not find any of these people, try to find a person who is working in a very big bank which is renowned. And if you do not find that person, go to your professors. That's also a good thing. And in the last part of your essay, you do need to write that you need the essay. Also, one more thing, do not beg for your essay. Do not beg in your essay. Do not say, nahi yaar, please de do. Please do not do that. That's a very bad thing. I've read people just cry about this. Do not do that. That does not look good, and they never get the scholarship. If you just write that, I do not have money, please give me money, please give me money, please, that does not help you. Make it sound that you're professional. Yes, there is a need there, and that is why you're writing it. Do make sure that yes, you do mention the need, but do not crib about it. Do not just go on and rant all the things out that this has happened with me, this has happened with you, this has happened with me, now I want this, say please give me. No, please don't do that. Make sure that you write it in a way that looks very professional. And with that, I think I've covered majority of the questions, but yes, I do understand that there will be a lot more questions. So put them up in the comment section. I'll try to answer all of those. And I've already made this video on the CFA scholarships. I've tried to answer all the questions there as well. But if there are any other questions, I'll obviously answer them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to watch other videos on CFA, you'll find those here. Thank you.